What's up folks, my name is Felix, welcome back to a new video. Today will just be a short update video on several projects. We want to first talk about the new layer 2 blockchain which will launch its mainnet in February called Blast. Then we will go into Foxify staking, then we'll talk a little bit about ALPHA365, and the last project I wanted to mention is pls.farm. And without wasting too much time, we want to get right into it. As you can already see, I myself bridged one Ethereum over to this new layer 2. Those funds are locked until February, until the mainnet goes live. And the airdrop is already confirmed, which will happen in May 2024. If we jump over to their Twitter, we can already see that it has already a TVL of 570 million US dollars and a user base of 64,000 individual wallets, which bridged funds over to Blast network. And if we compare that to the current layer 2s, we can see that it's almost at the total value locked of the base network, and this just after 7 days since the announcement came out. So there is no protocol yet building on it. So no big announcement for partners yet, and the protocol has still a lot of buzz around it. So what do you think might happen once they have big protocols building on it? Because they are heavily incentivized, because they get 50% of the whole airdrop amount, which get distributed to all the bridgers, to all the participants which now bridge their ETH over. If you want a more detailed overview, I can recommend you to watch this video. I will now link it in the top right corner, that you can check out what Blast exactly is, because it's the first layer 2 blockchain with native yield for all the network participants, and you need an invite code to join. I will have provided them below this video, so you might want to check it out. Next thing we want to talk about is Foxify. Foxify had its launch a few weeks ago. The token does okay. It launched at 80 cents, is now sitting at 67 cents because they had issues with their staking platform. They wanted to release single staking way earlier. In the meantime, they had, for example, liquidity pools on Balancer where you were able to pair your Foxify tokens with wrapped Ethereum in a 80-20 ratio and got an APR of almost 100%. But what if I tell you now that the Foxify single staking is live and has an APR of around 400%, so more than 1% a day? And that's the case. As you can see here, the beta of their staking page is now live. You can stake your Foxify tokens on the Arbitrum network directly here on the single staking and get currently an APY of 6,500, which is equal to around 400% APR, so more than 1% a day. And you can also, if you purchased a pre-sale vested NFT, see this on here. There are still some display issues, which they will probably fix within a week. I was covering this project, the decentralized P2P platform, since the beginning, since they had the airdrop campaign with the NFTs. And I think a lot of good stuff is coming in the future. Currently, they have a program called Foxify 100. So you might want to join their Discord because they offer free trades. So if you lose a $100 trade, you will get completely refunded. If you win it, you can keep all the profits. And a few times a week, you can just fill out a Google form. And if you fill out the Google form, which gets posted, you have a risk-free trade, which can give you nice profits if it goes in your favor. Next up on our list is ALPHA365. I just wanted to talk about the recent performance as well as about their new project, which they just launched yesterday on Pulse Chain, which is called Samuel Finance. Samuel Finance is a fork of the well-known Carol protocol in this DeFi high-risk space. You're basically bonding PLS token with the native token of the platform, stake it on here, and the basic daily percentage which you get is 2%, and there are several bonuses which you can take advantage of. Currently, they have just a liquidity of 24,000 US dollars because I think not that many people are aware of it. There is another one coming on Pulse Chain, which I will definitely do a video on, which already raised 50k in the private sale, so much more hype around this project with a solid team behind it and big marketing, but more about that in the upcoming days once their audit is done and we get all the information about it. If we jump into my vault, I'm at a vault balance of 939 Alpha token. Alpha token is still sitting at $4.98 and I'm earning 1.5% a day, and I still stick to my strategy: 2 days of compounding, 1 day of withdrawing, and this led to currently around 40 to 50% ROI since the project started. This was exactly 74 days ago, and if the price stays stable another 2 months, I will probably be ROI'd, and then I can do with my profits whatever I want to. For example, they also just released their sports betting platform, but I will just diversify once I get my ROI out of the initial product, and then maybe put some funds into Samuel Finance and in the sports betting platform, depending of course on how they perform until then. Last project on our list is Farm. They, for example, just announced in their Telegram that the audit is almost completed. As you can see here, they updated the white paper, and I think it will go live within this week. So at the end of this week, or maybe at the beginning of next week. The interesting thing which I wanted to cover in this video, I will of course make a more detailed video pre-launch as well as post-launch, is that they updated their white paper and they released the staking process, because there was a pre-sale and you will be able to stake your tokens directly at launch in a so-called yield barn, which is very similar to the Sparkler in SparkSwap. And you will get a multiplier if you do this. So if you lock your tokens away, for example, for 7 days, 30 days, 365 days, or you burn them completely, and as it usually is, the longer the locking period, the higher is the multiplier on your stake. I personally have not yet decided which route I want to go, because if you were in the pre-sale, you will get your tokens linearly vested over the first 72 hours, or you can choose to put them again here in the yield barn and get those multipliers. So there is of course a little bit of game theory. There was 150k raised in the pre-sale, and you might want to get a feeling what all the other participants are doing, because if the majority is locking their funds, I will of course not lock my funds, and if the majority is going for the vesting period, I will definitely stake my funds. But more about that then in the pre-launch video once everything is released. That should do it on this update video. If you have any questions or want to share your opinions, feel free to do it below this video. You can of course also join our community Telegram group. If you like today's video, click the like button, and if you don't want to miss future updates, which I release almost on a daily basis here, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.